Hey, it's been a minute since we've done one of these because I didn't feel like it. So like a month ago, I put out a community post like I usually do, talking about how I was gonna answer some more questions. I haven't done one of these in quite a while, and I just figured it'd be time. It's been, I don't know, like 9 months? Something like that. So basically this is your typical YouTuber Q&A, nothing crazy going on here. I have water because, you know, I'm the thirsty boy. And now that I don't use my phone to record anymore, I can actually look at the questions while I'm on camera. So I never really know how to answer this question. Do you talk about if you have internet? Do you talk about if you don't have internet? So I always feel like I have to give two different answers because one has to be multiplayer focused and the other one has to be just single player focused. So, I don't know. Part of me wants to pick Luigis Mansion just because it's my favorite, but I've also played it a ton, and if I was somewhere and I could only play one game, I don't know if I'd pick that because I think I might go crazy after a while. Oh, actually, while we're sitting here, I thought of the best answer. So, my answer for the one game I'd probably play for the rest of my life would be Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate. That kind of hurt. I feel like this encompasses a good single player focus, has a good multiplayer focus, so if I do have internet, then I can hop on, play with all my friends, or random people that I just stumble across. By the way, if you want to hunt with me, indiejacob. It just has an amazing amount of content. I mean, you could easily get, you know, probably well over 1,000 hours out of that, which I'm sure with all the spicy food and garbage that I eat, that's probably the amount of time I have left to live anyway, so that probably lasts the rest of my life. Also, there's cats. You can play as cats. Is there something wrong with it? Yeah, I should probably address this while we're in like a casual sort of environment here. Based on the like hundreds of comments that I see on every single video talking about how I don't upload enough. By the way, guys, those are hilarious. Keep commenting that. I don't want anybody to comment anything about the video, just comment how I don't upload enough. No, but really, let me actually explain. So, this past year, you all may have noticed, I basically only upload roughly once a month. This is because I have a full-time job. I work like 50 hours a week. I do graphic design. That's what I do for a living. That's a lot of time. So when I come home every night, I don't want every single night to be, oh, I left my design job. Let's sit here and cramp the crap out of my hand while I design more stuff. Even though, you know, staring at a screen for more than 10 hours a day, that's all fun and dandy. But I also like spending a lot of time making my videos. I mean, believe it or not, the videos that I make actually do take a lot of time to make. I mean, there's, you know, like scripting involved, and there's certain props that I get. For example, this thing in my newest video that I had Scott the Waz buy for me, this cost me 30 bucks to go get printed, and it took a little while to print, so there's where the budget's going. So I do like to take time to make my videos. I want to release them in a good state. I try to make every video better than the last one, because if I'm not improving, then, you know, why do I exist? Some people are gonna hate my answer for this, but I'm honestly gonna say Super Mario Maker. Please don't kill me. They're great games. I do enjoy them a lot. I own Super Mario Maker 2. It's fun. I am not a person who, I don't really have the time, nor do I want to spend that time that I have making levels, so there's that component that I don't really get out of it. But with a lot of levels that you play online, it's kind of hard to find like really well-crafted, well-made, fun levels that you just want to hop in and play, because it's either stupid musical levels or it's extremely infuriatingly hard levels that I don't want to play because I'm old, I don't got time for that, or it's just really terribly made levels that people who clearly aren't video game designers are making. There's that weird balance. Now, I will say with Mario Maker 2 compared to Mario Maker 1, the nice thing is they added that whole story mode element, so there's all these different Nintendo made levels to play, so it's fun. But I kind of just like being able to explore some type of overworld, or there's like a map like Super Mario World or Super Mario Brothers 3. I like exploring all these cohesive levels that have different themes with the worlds. And I don't really get that in Mario Maker. I'm not saying it's a bad game. There's a reason I didn't make a video on it, because I played it for like 10 hours. And then I just stopped. So I don't really think I have an official process. I just kind of wing it. I would say the only like normal stuff that I do, I feel like in every video, would be like, obviously I have to conceptualize what I want to talk about first, because I have a list of topics that I sometimes will pull from, of things I want to talk about. But sometimes something will just like randomly come up when I'm like driving, or when I'm like taking a dump or something, and I'm just like, oh my god, that's a great video. And then I'll wipe. And then generally I script everything, and then I'll record said scripting, and I will try to like ad-lib kind of like when I'm recording too. And I try to take care of all the audio first. Like that is the one thing I always do, hands down, that never changes. All the audio is cut, placed, done, all the re-records are done. It's like here in a nice beautiful timeline. Then I actually will go edit the official video. Like I don't do literally anything else until the audio is done. And then I can wipe the sweat from my brow and get the anxiety out of myself after that. And then I always end, like the very last thing I ever do is I film like the camera shots or the live footage of me running like on a train track, or just sitting on the couch or something. Those are always the things I do very last, because at that point, there's stuff that I'll record a voiceover for that I'm like, man, this is way better if you see me saying it. So that's kind of why I always wait to do that at the end, because I don't want to set everything up and get all the shots, and then, you know, I hear a line and I'm like, man, that freaking blows. I want people to see me say that, so that's what I got. So the first thing I would like to say is fuck the rain, change the weather system. I love the physics that it can edit, but at the same time, I hate having to change my weapons out every time it rains because I could get struck by lightning. I hate when I'm in the middle of climbing a freaking mountain and I'm falling because of the stupid fucking rain. That felt good. Honestly, there's not a whole lot that I would want changed other than, yeah, change the weather system a little bit. I'm personally not super against the weapon durability thing. I know some people, that's kind of a point of contention with them. I would change the voice acting because it's bad. I gotta be honest, when I first read this question, I was really confused because I didn't know if you meant like by a bug or like a person, because I can say yes to both. No missions! There's no mission mode, thank God! Yeah, I hated that. I did not like Luigi's Mansion 2. I've never even beaten it. I've still not beaten Luigi's Mansion 2 because I don't like the missions at all. Go away. It's just really nice that they kind of seem to be returning more to like the original style rather than what was done in the sequel. And I understand what the sequel is on a handheld, so they wanted to adapt more towards the strengths of the 3DS rather than kind of make it more like the first game. I get that. Doesn't mean I like it, but I get it. I'm just happy that we're getting Portrait Ghost back. There's no mission mode. It's all gonna be in like one place rather than having multiple mansions. That's awesome. The animation is like gorgeous. I mean, it's great. Like the first game was kind of a pioneer, I feel like, in the 6th generation of video game graphics, but man, like the animation in Luigi's Mansion 3 looks absolutely amazing, and like I hope they actually have a focus on story this time around. I mean, for a Mario game, there's only so much you can do, but I hope there's a little bit more goofs and laughs, and I hope they embrace the horror elements of it, because when I was a kid, the first Luigi's Mansion, there was a couple times it scared the shit out of me. Like Madame Clairvoyant, I don't like her. I still don't like her. She can go away. And Bogmire, if you mean like across the entire spectrum of Game Boy models, I'm gonna go with just the original Game Boy Advance, because it's nice and wide and it has like a good amount of place for your hands to hold it. Like, I loved the ESP when I was a kid because it had the backlit screen and it folded and fit in my pocket really well. But that was when I had little boy hands. These aren't little boy hands anymore. I'd like to think these are man hands. In terms of like Game Boy Color games, I would have to go with probably just Link's Awakening. I can't honestly really even think of any right now as we speak, but even if I could think of any others, they're still probably not gonna be better than Link's Awakening, so yeah, I'm gonna pick that. I don't know if I can think of 10, but I can give you 5 right now. F-Zero, Wave Race, Diddy Kong Racing, 1080, and Paper Mario. I like how 4 of those are racing games. That's all I want. I just want racing games all the time. And the reason I included Paper Mario on there was because I actually was one of the people who liked Color Splash. I did enjoy it for what it was. Wasn't anywhere near as good as The Thousand Year Door or the original. Hell no! Those 2 games are way better in terms of gameplay progression and story and just the overall scope of the world. I mean, my god, those games are so friggin' good. Color Splash was fine. I liked the game, for the most part. It was still a fun game. Was it a good Paper Mario game? I like how what I just said completely contradicts the title of the first Jacob video that I made. I don't care. I don't like pizza that generally has no toppings or like 1 topping on it. But if there's 1 topping that I can think of that I stick on friggin' everything, I've done a lot of, I have thought about this a lot, by the way. Probably more than some of these other questions. Pepperoni goes on like literally everything. I mean, like a hot Italian sausage, close second. Buffalo chicken, also a close second. Black olives, also a close second. I mean, I'm not kidding, man. I put a lot of thought into this. I'm gonna be basic, and pepperoni it is. And that's the end of another Ask Jacob video. Thank you guys for your questions as usual. These are always fun. They're really casual. It's just nice to kind of lay back sometimes. Not have an extremely stressful amount of editing to do compared to a lot of my usual videos. Hope you enjoyed this. Hope you got a good laugh out of it. Hope I put a smile on somebody's face because that's what I'm all about here at the YouTube channel .com/indiejacob. I like to just put smiles on children's faces. Which probably doesn't always happen, especially because I said that I think Super Mario Maker is overrated, so I'm sure someone's going to comment about that. Bye!